Bryson, when you look back at these last three rounds, do you think this might be a turning point in your career in terms of links golf?
Yeah, I mean, look, it was fair conditions the past few days, and I've always told you guys I like it when it's fair conditions. I can play well. I still have to crack the code when it's raining and windy, but I feel like we're getting there, and we're getting close to some opportunities and solutions to that. It just takes a long time to develop stuff. I'm starting to learn. But it was a fun 3 days. I was really proud of the way I turned it around and gave myself actually some hope on the third round after I was 3 under that first nine. I thought, okay, if I go shoot 4 or 5 under on the back, give myself a chance on Sunday, throw myself up there, and then go out and play just as good as I did, like I did today. I could be right up there and giving Scottie a run. But Scottie's in a league of his own right now, and I played with him a bunch in college, and he was not that good. So he's figured out a lot of stuff since then, and it's really impressive to see, and something all we can learn from, for sure.
Along those lines, your YouTube numbers suggest you're a superstar and transcended traditional golf. Could you see Scottie ever doing that in his own way?
I think he's a family man. He really respects his family, and he believes and wants that to be the most important thing for him, and I have full respect for that. At some point, I will have a family, but for him, I think it's more important to take care of his family, which he's done a great job, a tremendous job of balancing the two, being the best golfer in the world and being a family man.
Do you enjoy your golfing status as a superstar and someone who's broken through in different ways?
It's an honor, really. I mean, when I came out here on the scene, people had a perception of me, and albeit I knew who I was, it was difficult to express that, and I couldn't say it, and so I was really lucky to find YouTube and have that kind of be the showcase for me, and maturing a little bit and understanding how to learn and realizing what this great game is all about. And so, yeah, I love it. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a blessing and an honor, and I hope to continue to do it just like Arnold Palmer did, walk kind of in his footsteps and move the game kind of like he did. And if I can get a tenth of what he did, I'd be happy.
That reception you had on 18, where you walk back onto the green, wave to each side of the stands, and get that right. That's a reception that is kind of like the winner gets. In years gone by, you possibly wouldn't have had that reception from the crowd. I mean, you touched on it there a little bit. What has turned it? What has made you get that kind of reception? Because very, very few people will get that kind of reception.
Yeah, well, I think I look at the game a little bit different than others. I want to win. I think we all know that. But there's more than winning, right? There's how you influence a younger population, how you showcase yourself, and what you do for others. What value do you give them? Because the only reason we're getting paid the numbers we're getting paid is because of those individuals out there in the stands. And once I started realizing that, I started changing my mindset of, okay, what do I need to do to keep them coming back so they see me more in the light that I'm trying to showcase this great game. And the point of that was that, I think that there's value that's created outside of just tournament golf. Doesn't mean it's always going to be that way, but I hope I can add to the game of golf through outside YouTube content, entertainment. We're doing something fun here in the next month and a half. You're going to see it. It's going to be a cool give back sort of thing, but that's the stuff that excites me now. Not more than tournament golf, but almost just as much as tournament golf. And I think having another identity with that, saying, hey, look, I'm not just a professional, but I'm an entertainer as well, and I like showcasing myself to others and doing fun challenges because that's just who I am, is what has shown people the true side of myself and how I've been able to say, okay, I don't have to play good all the time. I can still, not do my best and still have relevance and care from others because I'm hopefully growing the game outside of just playing tournament golf.
You said there was one moment. You said, when I realised that this was there a moment where you realised that and went, oh, okay, and then maybe change?
When it was when I put the new driver in play in 2023, and I filmed a video with Phil Mickelson and Cameron Tringali, and it was a 2v2 with Honor Bond and myself. It was supposed to be the Crushers against the High Flyers, and we were just going playing a 9-hole little thing, and it got a couple million views. And then I went and shot 58, and then we put it on YouTube, and it got another million views. And we're like, whoa, these are crazy numbers. There's obviously something different here that people want. And I said, okay, this is now the time to kind of like double down on this and see how far we can go with it. You know me, guys. Like I love pushing the distance on certain things. And I said, all right, let's try doing this on YouTube. And then I realized, my goodness, there's so much more than tournament golf. They want to see entertaining content. They want to be given as much value-added material as possible. And that's the goal I just try to do is entertain and give as much value-added material as possible now.
Bryson,
Bryson. With the Ryder Cup coming up in a couple months, I'm wondering just what have you learned about team golf over the since the last time we saw you?
Man, we have the most wins on Live right now as the Crushers, and it's been so much fun playing with Paul, Honorbon, and Charles. And the way I've personally led my team is I've let them be their individual self, their best individual self. However I can get Paul to be his best, Charles to be his best, and Bond to be his best is what has led us to be the most successful out there. And they're great golfers, right? They're unbelievable. They've had great careers, and they still continue to have a great career. And I think that's how I've learned from team golf is let the individual be the best individual they can possibly be to add to the team. That's it. Don't try and put someone in a bubble or say, you need to do this, you need to do that. What I learned best from my college coach, Josh Gregory, was just that. He just let me be me, which was amazing. That's why I did so well in college. And then the same thing, how I've led the Crushers, it's the same exact thing. Like, I let them be them, and we've had the most success. So there's two instances where it's been the most success, and that's the way I'll move forward in team competition.
Bryson.
For you to be back in the Ryder Cup team, this performance is pretty much going to seal your position. What does it mean for you to be back in the team? What can you bring as well to Beth Page Black?
I hope I can bring a lot of energy and a tsunami of a crowd that's going to be rooting for Team USA.
Bryson, what about Portrush? Would you like to see the Open back here soon? What have you made of this as an open venue?
It's a great open venue. There's a lot of tricky locations. I think it was a solid setup. Not much more than it'd be a lot of fun. It'd be a lot of fun to come back. It's a great town. Great town. It's okay. It's fine.
Sorry, it's just whether the president might have been in touch to suggest he might be among that crowd cheering on.
Oh, the president?
Yeah.
The U.S. president?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. I think he's got bigger problems on his hands right now.
Bryson, can you just talk a bit about how the Thursday evening and the Sunday afternoon, how have you been feeling, and how incredibly proud are you of yourself after that round on Thursday?
You know, normally I'd be super pissed and frustrated, which I was, rightfully so, because I thought I played pretty well and shot 7 over. But I said to myself, okay, I'm going to do something different this time. I've been working on myself and working on how I am and how I act and whatnot. I said, okay, I'm going to transition my brain to saying, look, I'm going to give it everything I have tomorrow, no matter what happens. I'm going to go full force, attack like it's Sunday of a major championship, and that's what I did.
Throughout the 3 days?
That's what I did for the past 3 days. I said, it's every time it's go time. Like, you've got to come from 5 back. 5-6 back, and that's the mentality I had. And I said, I'm going to give myself a chance. I'm not going to pout. I'm going to go out there and be free. It's Sunday of a major. I'm going to be free, kind of like what Scottie's doing right now.
Have you spoke to Keegan at all this week?
You know, I talked with him briefly, and then he put something in our lockers. It was pretty inspirational. So, yeah,
Can you share?
it's personal.
Like a message, or
Yes, it's a personal
Individualized.
message.
to each person?
In essence, yes. Yeah, for sure. It meant a lot. This year's no joke. We're tired of it. We're tired of losing. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Bryson.